All right, I'm here at Zaca Mesa Winery trying their red wine flight, and the first one they call the recusant. The recusant is 2/3 of a GSM. It's Grenache and Mourvedre. And so let's give this a try. I am getting raspberry on the nose. And I think blackcurrant is the flavor that I'm getting on this. This is kind of a higher pitched wine. It's not got the oomph of a Cabernet, but this is kind of what I would expect in a GSM, especially with the absence of the Syrah, which would give it maybe more of that depth and oomph to it. But this is very nice, a refreshing, kind of picnic wine, red wine. So an excellent start here. All right, my second wine today here at Zaca Mesa is a Mourvedre. So just one component of that GSM, normally not a standalone wine. It almost always is blended with other varietals, most commonly Grenache and Syrah. But let's see how this one turns out. Just a light floral bouquet. I'm not getting a lot of fruit off of the bouquet at all. Very light tannins, just a hint of tannin on this. It's barely even detectable, and very fruit forward, I would call this. I get fruit. I can't quite place the fruit. It's kind of in that black cherry-ish range, maybe plum. But again, this is something great for picnics. It was recommended by our server that he likes it with a barbecue. Enough to stand up to some red meats, but I wouldn't go with just a good thick ribeye or anything like this. I don't think it quite stands up to that. But lighter flavors, some pork, some he recommended tri-tip. Even burgers would be nice with this one. So this is Zaca Mesa Mourvedre. All right, my third wine here at Zaca Mesa is their GSM blend called Z3. And it was explained to me that with this GSM blend, every year the percentages of the Grenache, the Syrah, and the Mourvedre are a little bit different. So every vintage is going to be just a little bit different and have a little bit of a different flavor profile. So let's go ahead and give this a try. Oh, I'm getting a lot of like blackcurrant. Blackcurrant to me is kind of that mid-range of red wine flavors that I often get off of them. Oh, that's a very, very nice balance between the three different varietals here. Compared to that Grenache Mourvedre, this one has so much more of that, at least mid-range, just touching into the low range of flavors. So this is really, really a lovely, lovely red wine. I would really highly recommend this one. All right, next up in our red wine flight is a 2017 Cabernet Sauvignon. So let's see, they said that they do this a little bit differently than the way they do the cabs up like in Napa and Sonoma. So let's see what this tastes like. Yeah, that's in that blackcurrant range of the fruit, and I think I do get just a little bit of earthiness off of the nose. Just I made the joke. Yeah, the earthiness can make the wine feel grounded. Wasn't that a good pun? So this might be a nicely grounded Cabernet. Oh, yes, this does not have quite all the depth of a really big Cabernet. Our server was exactly right when he said it's like a Pinot, but just amped up a little bit more. It's kind of in that style of a Pinot, but there's more oomph to it than a Pinot has. Right in that mid range of flavors, that black currant range. Now this would be great with a good ribeye or something like that. This is a really, really nice Cabernet. All right, the fifth and final wine on our red wine flight today is a Syrah. They call it the Chapel G Syrah, 2016 vintage. So this I'm expecting to be pretty big and bold. Surprisingly floral bouquet. A little bit more tannic than some of the other wines I've had here so far, but that's a good thing. That just tells me that this is going to age a little bit better. So I would just set this down for just a little bit longer. But the fruit is very noticeable and forward and pleasant. Again, not as deep of tones as I've sometimes had, but it really does just kind of explode in your mouth. There's a lot of flavor to this, and really a very, very lovely Syrah.